Let's see here. Where is my page? Huh, somehow it's not showing. Let's try that again. Here we go. You see that now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, welcome everyone to the Mastermind Book Club. The book that we're reviewing tonight is Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. Why is this book so important? It's a very important book for several reasons. Number one is that Chris Voss was the head, or one of the heads, of International Counterterrorism Response Unit, which was, I believe, located in Quantico, Virginia, which is where the experts are located. When you ever mention Quantico, that's where you either get training or where you find out what is the best way to handle a crisis response or counterterrorism response. Now, Chris Voss overseed many of the victims who have been asked for ransom throughout the world, actually. I know that in this book, he goes through a lot of the examples of the cases that he handled himself or that he came across through his time with the FBI. Now, before that, he was in the police department in New York City. And just like any of us want to get into a bigger and better opportunity, there are things that, that need to happen in order for that to be able to be accomplished. What was one of them? Rejection. What is the two-letter word that everyone dislikes to hear? Does anyone know what the two-letter word that everyone dislikes to hear?
No.
That's correct. No. No. That should not be the case. How is it possible that no should not be feared? How is it possible? Because Chris Voss shows us that most salespeople in the world, most books out there tell us to emphasize on getting to yes. Tony Robbins has a yes code. I'm certain that some of you have heard of it or have participated. I have participated in it back in 2017. But why is it so important? And that's what we're going to review here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Well, who is Chris Voss? He was the head of the Counterterrorism Unit for International Affairs in Quantico, Virginia. Now, these are the things that you learn in this book. These are the points, very important. How to say things. If you look at the title, before we go into the aspects of this book, Never Split the Difference means when you're negotiating, usually everyone wants to go half and half. Meaning, let's say you want to buy a car and it costs $36,000. Chris Voss says that he talked down the salesperson to get it to $30,000 because he was willing to pay cash. When is the best time of the month to buy a car? At the end of the month.
End of the month.
When is the best time of year to buy a car? End of the year. So guess what December is going to be this year? When most people didn't purchase cars. The biggest opportunity of You know, a person can have to purchase a car because there are very few people purchasing cars. Guess what's going to happen around February, March, just before tax season? What's the next opportunity? Housing. Those are the predictions right now. Am I wrong? I could be wrong, but I'm not far off from the truth. What do you think? That we are always going to get it right? No, we're not going to get it right. However, when you're talking about being a negotiator in your own personal level, it's negotiating for everything. You should not accept things for what they are. I've accepted things for what they are. If I've been given a price, I usually agree to pay, but I'm leaving all of that behind. Why? Because we should be able to negotiate according to what this book teaches us. Number one is the way we communicate, our tone. So Chris Voss says that the most effective tone when someone is excited or angry or demanding is the late night DJ voice. Good evening, everyone. Does this voice make you slow down and want to relax? Four seconds just passed. How would you feel if someone talked to you this way after being all angry? Does it make you want to slow down? Mm-hmm. What do you think of that tone? Is it something that you can learn? You see, if you're in the middle of a negotiation, everyone is anxious. Everyone wants to get a sell. Every salesperson you come across is me, me, me. How am I going to get this sell? How am I going to, get my numbers up? How am I going to do this? Slow it down. Another type of tone is the positive and playful voice. That's the one I've been speaking of. That's the one that you probably speak in most of the day. Everyone in this group has spoken very positively. From Jason to Martha to Reggie to Charles, you've spoken positively since we started this conversation. All right? The direct, assertive voice. How does that voice go? Well, there's one or two ways. But the way that I believe that Chris Voss is referring to is, no, this is the way it's going to be. Maybe a little bit more assertive than that. I might need practice. So I'm not going to get it perfect. But if you can understand and practice each of these tones whenever you're in a situation, and don't just go to get anxious and just raise your voice on the person, because what's going to happen? How do you think that the other person's going to react when you start raising your voice? They're going to raise theirs. And then you're going to raise yours. What's next? I don't want to know. It doesn't get too much better than that. Just remember, as he says, relax and smile when talking. Chris Voss came across some mean guy in a bar who said, "You better not sit there in the bar." And Chris Voss, instead of walking away, what did he say? "Hey, I'm Chris," and he took out his hand. The guy, according to Chris, didn't know how to respond at the beginning. However, he pulled out his hand, told him his name, and told him to sit down. You either own the situation or the situation owns you. Tone, remember that the next time you're trying to negotiate for a price at a rental in, let's say you're trying to get a new restaurant, that's right, that's another opportunity coming your way. Between December and March or April, there's going to be opportunities out of a lot of leases that are going to be available out there for very cheap. Don't take the price that's given to you. Negotiate it. If you need some guidance on how to negotiate it, give me a call. I'll charge you something, but I can coach you through it. All right? I've been doing this for over, what now? Almost 2 years now I've been practicing this. Almost 2 years I've been practicing this. It's going to be 2 years in a few months, right? Very, very important practice. Mirroring. Whoa, my text here. I don't know if you can see that. That text, it got all dark. Let me know if you can see it or not, but I guess, sorry about that. Mirroring. How do you mirror someone? So, Martha.
Speech.
I would like to know, when you opened up Facebook, right, for the first time this past weekend.
No, the Instagram.
Instagram. How many people connected to your Instagram?
Everybody.
Everybody?
Yeah, a lot of people.
A lot of people?
Yes.
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 Yes, Martha?
Yes.
And how do you feel about that, Martha?
Excited.
Excited. That's mirroring. And I'm certain you've heard of it, but you just haven't had a chance to practice it.
Yeah.
What's another type of mirroring? If somebody's feeling down and depressed, and you are positive, assertive, how do you think that someone who's down and depressed feels when they're talking to someone who's positive and assertive?
Even more depressed.
They feel even more depressed and uncomfortable. So how do you get to their level? Put your shoulders down, maybe even start to imitate them, slow down to their level, or speed up to their level. Someone who's depressed could be talking very fast or could be talking very slow, could be confused. So your body language is very important. Your body language is very important. And remember that when you are mirroring with people, Chris Voss gives us 3 very important keys. One is repeat the last 3 words, just like I did with Martha. Your body language should reflect whatever body language the person you are negotiating with is demonstrating. It's not about you as the communicator, it's about them. It's always about them. How can I help them? How can I help them? How can I get them to understand? All right? Start with I'm sorry. So, I'm sorry, Martha. How did you think that the craziness in Instagram was going to work for you?
I don't know. I have a positive attitude. I think it's going to work.
The thing is going to work?
Yes.
How so, yes?
Big yes. Big
So that's how you mirror people. Silence. Don't talk for at least 4 seconds. Make an empathy connection. Right? So when you are mirroring, it's very important to remember it's not about me, it's about them. How can I help you? How can I help this situation improve so that this person feels like they're getting the best of it? Now, labeling, the third format, labeling. Sorry guys, I don't know how my text underneath came out dark. Let me see if there's a way to highlight it. No, there isn't. No, sorry.
No, you can see it.
You can, sorry, but I'm going to try and repeat these. Labeling. So It seems, Martha, that you are very excited about your outcome with Instagram so far.
Yeah.
Jason, it seems you are very concerned about the people that live not too far from you that were affected by this hurricane.
I am.
It seems that right now you are unsure of what to do next to help them.
Prayers.
Prayers. Remember, as you're labeling, you spot the emotion, you spot the feeling, you turn it into words and what it could look like. It looks like you are very concerned. It looks like friends or friends of friends or family of friends or people that you know from your job, as you said, have been affected. But what can we do to improve this situation? So offer them questions that they can respond and offer solutions that they feel that they're in charge. This is tactical empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Always, always practice listening. How? Through silence. If you're not quiet, you're not going to listen. You're just not going to listen. If you're not getting a no response from the person you're communicating with, then you're not achieving the next three outcomes. You don't want to get a yes immediately. You're not getting clarity. A no gives feeling of control, and that's what you want them to feel. That's what you want the other person to feel. Because a yes, just like a salesperson wants a yes, Reggie, I know that you want, I don't know if you have children, but just make believe you have children. Reggie, I know you don't want your children to suffer. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Correct or yes? You don't want that to happen.
I
Why?
don't want it.
Because it will come up in the next slide. All right? It seems like you want this project to fail. Jason, do you want the people to fail next your neighbors, your co-workers to fail?
No.
That's the answer we want. All right? Why? Because Jason is assertive. He's in control of the response. He knows that by giving a no, he's certain about his answer. But if I get him to say a yes, okay, although he is certain about his yes, I'm not selling him anything, but I am selling him on being able to be in control of the situation. Get them to say that that's right, not you're right. Okay, that's another example of getting to know. Make a good summary of the meaning and emotions of what they say. It seems like you want this project to fail is a type of response. What else could it be? It feels like you are excited about what happened this weekend. No, that would be a response for Jason. It seems like, it feels like, I think those are the two that he gives. I don't remember the third. I'm not going to go into that. So, okay, so here's another one. Is now a bad time to talk, Jason?
No.
So these are the types of questions we have to become familiar. In the beginning, it's crazy.
I'm sorry. I heard that one before. A friend of mine he had told me about it. He's like, that's one thing he says is now a bad time to talk because no one is going to say it's a bad time.
Correct.
At
Now,
least
if you
most
say,
people.
now, if you say the opposite, are you available now to talk? So it's better to say it the opposite way around. It's now a bad time to talk instead of are you available to talk now? So no creates a sense of security and safety and a feeling of control. Yes, these are the three affirmations of yes. It leads to commitment, it leads to confirmation, but it also leads to the number one factor, counterfeit, a counterfeit yes. Meaning someone will say yes because they're onto you. You're trying to sell them something. Jason, Martha, Reggie, Charles, I'm trying to sell you on something. I'm going to wait for a few more minutes and I'm going to tell you what it is. Or maybe you figured it out already. All right? The review so far. So we've reviewed the importance of tone, tonality. All right? Your tone matters. You can slow it down. You can speed it up. You can be excited. Or what? You can respond in a way that the person you're communicating with will feel empathetic. You will feel empathetic towards, right? Mirroring. Mirroring goes a little bit more deeper into that. Labeling. Labeling whatever situation you're in. For example, I threw a fundraiser last year. When was it? Last year? No, a year and a half ago. Geez, time flies. 2019. Last year we were shut down. And the owner of the place was upset because someone broke the railing. So I told them at that time, because I had just learned labeling, so I told him, it seems you're upset. And I waited for him to respond. Yes, I am upset. I said, so how can we make this better situation for you? I said, let me think about it. You know what? Before that, this guy wanted to kill me. I mean, I'm small. He's 6 foot tall. Obviously, he's a bully figure, and I just like to run away from bully figures. So just by giving those two simple questions, I made the situation better. This guy wants us to book his place. I won't book it again, but I made the situation better. I own the situation because I got this guy to ask me to come and book the place again. Always get a no from people. If you get no's, then you're getting places. Now, how is this helpful in your life? Number one is no matter what field you're in, you're going to need to negotiate, right? Maybe it's to get a raise. Maybe it's to get a lease on a place. Maybe it's to buy a house or a car. Wherever it is, these 4 keys that Chris Voss offers us are very powerful, right? How do you negotiate a car at a dealership? How important is it to you? This is how he did it. And this is going to explain how Chris Voss did it in a matter of 2 or 3 ways. I mean, Chris Voss gives 2 or 3 examples, but this is the bottom line. So when he went in to purchase this car that he loved, I think it was like a Ford pickup truck, something like that, and they were not available anywhere. So when he went into the dealer, they wanted $36,000, and he said he had cash $30,000. So what did he do? He asked the guy, you know, in this format, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but before you think I'm crazy, how much is this truck worth? So the guy says $36,000. He said, wow, it sounds like a really good deal. It's quite a bargain. However, can you do any better? I might not have the right question, but you understand where I'm going, right? I'm telling him he's giving me a good deal, but I need something better. Will the salesperson give me a better deal immediately? Not necessarily. All right. However, Chris Voss went in a little deeper. So after the guy goes back and he says to his boss, you know, on a deal of the car, the guy says, you know, I can do 35,000 or whatever it was, 35,000 for you. So then Chris Voss says, that's a very good deal as well. Well, that's even a better deal. However, I'm in a very tight budget, and all I can do is offer right now $30,000. Can you work with those numbers? So the guy goes back to his boss, and remember, it's the end of the month. So it's the best opportunity to purchase a car, because most salespeople in the car industry are trying to sell their quotas by the end of the month, because they get paid, I guess, on a monthly basis or something like that, or that's how they work it. So when the guy goes back, he comes out and he tells Chris Voss, well, we could do 34,600. So what did Chris Voss do? He said, well, do you have a pen and paper? I want to do some numbers here. So he wrote down some numbers. He made it up. He did some accounting. He said, well, this is my cost. This is my rental fee. This is what I do. No, I can only afford $30,000, and that's why I'm paying cash. So Chris Voss asked this guy to consider his offer. Otherwise, he might have to go somewhere else, but he doesn't want to go anywhere else because the salesperson is being very nice to him, very communicative, and he's giving him a pretty good offer. So the salesperson goes back and tells this to his boss. And when his boss comes out, Chris tells him the same exact situation. Look, I've gone over my numbers, and all I can do is $30,000 plus, if you like, I can add a pretty brand new stereo system that I just purchased, and I have it at home. Why does Chris Voss throw something like this out? Yes, it's funny, right? Because it makes it seem I don't have a penny more. Right? I don't have a penny more, so I'm giving you my stereo system if you like. So what did the boss say? It's fine. We'll take your $30,000. We believe you. This is the type of negotiation skills that we all can benefit from. Am I wrong?
He diffused the situation.
Jason, that's right.
With throwing in that stereo system, man, I'm just cracking up just thinking about this.
Right? And so this is one way to do it. Now, what's another way to do it? Now, let's say, for example, you're looking to buy a house, and the house costs $250,000. But you know that the surrounding houses are $200,000. That's a $50,000 difference. So what do? So you do the same thing again. But this time, what Chris Voss did was, this is an example. I'm not giving the exact example, but one of his students negotiated, I think it was in a rental, but in this case, if you're looking to buy a house, you tell the salesperson, this is all we can do. You lowball it. How much do you lowball it? 60% lower than the price, 65% of what they want. So 65% of 250,000 is, I don't know what it is. Let's say it's 180,000. So you say, listen, all I have is 180,000. You know you want to get to 200,000 to be able to purchase, right? So you tell the salesperson you have 180,000. The salesperson will come back to you and say 240,000, right? So then you go back and you say again, but this time you say, look, all the surrounding houses in the neighborhood have a better deal. Am I wrong that they have a better deal? What's the salesperson going to say? No, you're not wrong. Right? How can we work this out so that we get a similar deal to all the houses in the other areas? because I can pick up and just go to another area. Sure, you're located in a better area, a few blocks closer to where I want to be. But if I have to go 3 or 4 blocks further just to get a better deal, I mean, I'm going to save $70,000 or whatever it is. I don't think it's good to say $70,000, so I made an error there. But you want to get to be able to get your deal through the salesperson. And what do you say? This salesperson has to know that they're giving you a service and you don't want to go anywhere else because someone else might merit from whatever you're giving him. So Chris Voss, what did he do, or his student did? He said, look, all I have is $193,130. That's all I have. And the salesperson said yes. Why? What's the difference? Because we all like to round out numbers. So it was $250,000. What do we say? Well, we have 230,000. A number that sounds much more specific sounds like a number that is not made up. It sounds like you are going through your pocket change to make that extra $30 in that number that you have to purchase the house. So the next time that you're looking to negotiate a contract, an opportunity, or just say, what's his name, the basketball player, Pippen. I don't know if you remember him back from 2000, 2002, 2006. Pippen, who played with come on, help me out, basketball guys.
Jordan.
Yes, but Michael Jordan. He was Michael Jordan's right-hand man. He was number 2, considered number 2. Did you know that when Pippen signed up, he signed up to a 7-year, $19 million contract?
He got a crappy contract. Horrible.
Crappy. He got jerked terribly. Why?
That's his agent's fault.
That's his agent's fault, number 1. Number 2, he won, along with Michael Jordan, 6 championships. How much money did he get out of it? I don't think he got much out of it.
He didn't get paid until after he left the team.
Yeah, so
He went to Houston.
So it was quite a terrible contract. And
Horrible.
what happened within 2 to 3 years after he was, I think it was 2 years that he was with the Bulls, I believe is what it was, right? Chicago Bulls?
Yeah, Chicago Bulls.
So, 2 years, the amount of money that the players got paid, I think it doubled or tripled because they had just won their first championship. So whenever you're considering a contract, it's best not to take things for the way they are. If you're ever found in a lawsuit and the opponent or the lawyer or whatever it is offer you X amount to resolve this, did you know that most people will take that initial offer just because it sounds like $1 million opportunity? 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, $1 million, 2 million, they'll take it. But you have skills now that you're developing that I've just awakened in you, I hope, that I know that you're probably getting hungry for, so that you can negotiate a better deal. So what, you have to wait another year or 2 years to get a better deal. But what happens if that 100,000 becomes 200,000, or it becomes 4 million or 10 million within 1 to 2 years? Isn't that a better opportunity? Most people will take whatever opportunity is handed to them. Here, take $500,000. $500,000 is a good deal. But what happens if you wait a year, 6 months, and you get $1 million or 2 million? Isn't that a better opportunity? So just remember, the next time you're negotiating, do not take what is offered to you as the ultimate opportunity. There is something lying better beyond that wall that you can't see. Now, this is it for part 1 of review of Never Split the Difference. I wanted to ask you, do you have any questions on anything we went over here? Is it an inconvenience to have a question?
No.
Mm.
You've been practicing, David.
I have been, because when I have my one-on-ones, they go a longer way. If I'm trying to close out a deal, if I'm trying to close out on someone to become my client, or to receive coaching, look, within the last 30 days, I've closed on 2 lawyers, all right? I got a $5,000 contract, and I'm getting a $3,000, $3,500 contract, all right? For coaching and for business management. How has it happened? Thanks to this book. Do I have it? Have I mastered it? No, I haven't mastered it. I'm not a master of it. But it's not about being a master. It's about getting started. So, Jason, you're right. I have been practicing, but I'm not there yet. I am getting closer. So, and I know that Jason runs a team of influencers through Toastmasters, right, Jason?
Correct. I do.
And I don't know if you've heard of this book before. However, is it a crazy idea to have it as your Bible in reference to being an influencer?
No.
So, listen to it. Maybe it takes 20 minutes a day, maybe 30 minutes a day. Listen to it on your way to the bathroom, on your exercise routine, whatever it may be. Take some time to listen to it. Practice these. I gave you the 4 different aspects of this. I'm going to order this book. This is one of the 2 books that I've ordered recently. I've ordered this book, and I ordered The Science of Exercising the Brain. The exercise in the brain I needed for my daughter, and Never Split the Difference I needed for my life. I need to be able to negotiate. You know what? If you learn these 4 techniques, your spouse, or someone that you might be falling in love with or trying to get into a closer relationship with on a business level, will merit from, because you will learn how to talk to them better. You will become a better listener. They won't even know what's going on. All right? Now, when my wife tells me, are you listening to me? Am I listening to you? The responses that I get, oh my God. My wife loves me now, much more than she did. I mean, not that she didn't love me, but now she knows she has someone who listens. And I mean, I listen. I listen. So I want you to listen. Practice these. Take 1 a day. There's 4 of them. I gave you 4. The second part of this book is very powerful as well. I've already had my review of it. I listened to this book 1.5 times already. I said this book is powerful. In the last week, 1.5 times. I've listened to it before. I've been practicing it for the last 1.5 years. So I know how powerful it is. Does anyone have any final comments or questions before we get out of here? Going once? Twice?
No, sir.
No, sir. Well, is it an inconvenience to practice one of these for you? Is it an inconvenience for you who's listening? If it's not an inconvenience, practice one of these on a daily basis or a weekly basis. You will learn to become a master salesperson, a master influencer, a master at bargaining, whatever it is you want to bargain to get bargain prices for. All right? One last thing. When you ever go to a department store, all right, and let's say you're buying $1,000 merchandise, all right, what do? You go up to the manager and you say, hey, I'm Chris. How are you? Nice to meet you. Are you the manager? Yes, I am. Is there any discounts for Chris? All right? Don't say family. Don't say friends, don't say walk-ins, just say your name, be you, all right? Get them to laugh, because they're gonna laugh. And after they laugh, you've got them, all right? Don't lose them. Opportunity is out there for you and for me, all right? Let's get jumping on these opportunities, and let's get to our next level. I'd like to see you all grow by the time December comes around. I'm getting ready to get my programs out there, and I hope you're getting ready to do whatever it is that you want to do. If not, let's get on a call. It's possible that I'll get you this much closer to whatever your goals are. This is it for tonight's review. Everyone, have a great evening. And until next week, when we're going to go over part 2 of this book, Never Split the Difference. If you didn't get a chance to listen to it, I dare you to listen to half of it, or even a quarter of it, because you might like it. So just listen to a little part of it, because if you learn one of these techniques, you're going to become very powerful. Have a great evening, everyone.
Great
And
evening.
until
Thank you,
next
Dave.
week,
Thank you, everyone.
thank you for this opportunity. Take care, everyone. Hearts to everyone out there. Thank you, Jason, for joining us. And we'll pray for you. We'll pray for everyone in, I don't remember where is it, Illinois?
Louisiana.
Louisiana, yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to talk to Brian Street later on today. Just make sure that they're okay. All right? Take care, everyone.
Awesome.
God
Thank
bless you more and more.
God bless.
God bless everybody.
God bless.
Bye.
Bless.
See if I figure out how to get out of the screen. Whoops. Well, there we go.
David.